And as we are talking about his head and having no hair, aber eine Glatze ist es noch nicht. Ist is the verb and it's negated, so it is not. Yeah, it is not. The noch we can ignore. A Glatze. Yeah, well, it's a bald. I think you write with an A, right? A bald head. Yeah, kind of a skinhead, but in a very literal sense. Yeah, bald head, head without hair. So aber, remember the B, but. A bald head, it is not yet. Noch nicht, not yet. And here we come again, we see eine Tonsur. So a tonsor, that was the same word in English. It's what monks have, that have no hair on top, but have a ring of hair around it. That's a tonsur. And just for you to hear it, not to remember it, it's again more of something. So rather, yeah, rather a tonsor. So yeah, let's stick to that. No need to go deeper into air. And you hear how I pronounce it, air. Yeah, you don't hear eher. Yeah, there might be people that pronounce it this way, but it's really eine Tonsur. And here comes also what I just said. Wie bei einem Mönch. Yeah, what did I say? Who has this kind of haircut? Yeah, and Mönch. So we had before, meant like. You can ignore the by, like a M-O-N, and the CH turns into a K, like a monk. Denkt Stefan, denken, thinks. Thinks Stefan. And you see, think, by the way, the D and the TH are somehow related. Yeah, you can try this. If it's a German D, maybe you just replace it with CH and then see, think. That looks like think. Maybe it's that. So Stefan thinks he looks like a monk. Müller trägt eine sehr dicke Brille und hat volle Augenbrauen. 2 sentences again. So, what does he do? He tracked something, and we had the word tragen in a different context. And it means to carry. And what is he carrying? A very dicke, and dick, you can use the trick from just before. D turns into TH. A very thick, or very, thick is fine for now. Dick means either fat or big or thick. And Brille, well, one of the most brilliant inventions of all times was the invention of glasses. Glasses are brilliant. German glasses, not the other ones. Brille. And it's always a singular. Yeah, it's not glasses. Why? It's one piece, so it's a singular thing. Will be difficult for you to remember. So he's carrying glasses, and of course you realize that Germans don't say he's wearing. They are literally saying he's carrying it, but of course on his nose. So tragen in German has 2 meanings: to carry something, of course, and also to wear. And then here again, und, as we talk about Herr Müller, a man, it is a he, und hat volle Augenbrauen. Again, he has something. Voll reminds you of full, I hope, because that's what it means. Auge, you see, and Braue. Let's take a look whether we can figure that out. Auge. The older ones among you know a guy called Klaus Augenthaler, but I fear I'm too old and you're too young. So Auge means eye, and there's really no relation. But with your eyes, maybe if you are into augmented reality, you perceive it still with your eye. Maybe that's a good mnemonic. Yeah, augmented. In the future, we'll all have augmented eyes. Yeah, and the Braue is basically, in this case, well, full eyes. So one cannot really have full eyes, but one can have full eyebrows. Yeah, and you see Braue and, come on, bleib where you are. You see here the brow. So basically it's the same word, right? Brow, brow, eyebrow. Yeah, your brow, you got nice eyebrows. Okay, here we go. Wirkt angespannt und müde. And you remember the word spannen? Yeah? To span something means to put tension on it. And here we don't have entspannen, so not the release of the tension, but the opposite, the anspannen, bringing it closer. So he seems tense. And müde. Müde reminds me of moody, which is not the meaning of müde, but when I am tired, I get moody. Yeah, and müde means tired. So, and here's one more word. Wirkt angespannt. In this case, wirken is related to work, but he doesn't work in tension or with being tired. In this case, it means he seems. Yeah. Quick check. Yeah, bad translation. So wirkt means he seems or he looks tired. Yeah. It's an advanced use of the word. You can ignore that, but just that you know it derives from to work. For example, you can also say, das Medikament wirkt nicht. So the medication doesn't work. Yeah, it has no effect. So if you take the whole sentence, the drug does not work. See? Let me actually look at the whole sentence. So sometimes when you look up a word, the individual word makes no sense. But if I take the whole sentence, you see we get seem. He looks tense. And this is sometimes how you figure out what a word means in context, and which is why it matters that you look up the word in a context or learn it in this manner. Yeah? So, good point. Two more sentences. Seine blauen Augen wandern nervös zwischen Simone und Stefan umher. Well, let me do it like this. So we again have augmented reality. That means this is at least one eye, but the N indicates there's more to it. Eyes, and they are wandern, and it is what it looks like. They are wandering. And at the end we have something that might belong to it. So the verb is indeed umher wandern. We took a look at that later. So they are wandering towards here or here. Here is basically short for here. So means around. So they are walking around here or around the place. So I'm not sure how to translate that. That's why I have my tool. Roaming. But to wander is enough already. Yeah, so to wander is enough. This means his eyes are wandering. Nervös, you already know, nervously. Around. And then we have zwischen Simone and Stefan. Zwischen, I have not much to say. It's kind of tween. Yeah, zwischen, tween, I can see some similarity, but it's between. And this is a tricky word to pronounce. It's pronounced zwischen. But we will take care of these things later in the course. So his eyes are wandering between Simone and Stefan. Yeah, the seine we look at later on. Blau might be interesting. It is pretty close to the English one. Bl, U, and we can even steal the E from here. And then we have blue, which is exactly what it means. He's got blue eyes. So, während ihnen erzählt, was passiert ist. 2 more sentences. Während, I can just share what it means. While. Während has different meanings, but for now, while does the job. Yeah? Während also means kind of has something to do with duration, to endure, yeah, or to durate. We have something that's called Währung, and that is our currency. So in English, it's running to currents. A courier is someone who runs. So currency is something that's constantly running and moving, and in German, it's something that endures. That's quite interesting to see. Yeah. So let me see what wären on its own is. Well, they mistranslate this. Yeah. Es währt nicht lange. Let me give you an example. Let's see what they say. Last. Yeah. So wären means to last. And so it's interesting. It's an interesting point. So while he, ihnen is referring to the detectives, them, don't worry about this. And this is not an ending here, it's really the full word ihnen, yeah? So this is not ihn plus en. And erzählen, you remember zählen, 1, 2, 3, 4, in a bank, the guy or person that counts the money is a teller, yeah? And the erzählen doesn't add anything to it, while he tells them this part. What does he tell them? He tells them what? And remember passieren from the beginning, something that has passed is something that has happened. Yeah? What happened? And the ist is simply there to build the past tense with passieren. There's nothing you have to translate. Literally it would be what happened is. That helps you sometimes. If you translate literally, it will help you to remember how to use things in German. Good, hope you liked it, and see you in lesson 6.